Hey guys, it is Tamara. Thank you so much for coming back to my channel. Welcome back. Today we're going to talk about histrionic personality disorder, and this topic is actually about histrionic personality disorder, but underneath that, I want you to keep in mind that this is about men who are abused by women. And the reason I'm talking about this is because I had a couple males approach me online and basically emailed me and said, hey, look, I'm being abused and traumatized by the person I am with. So can you please help me understand what's going on? And we did consultations because I do international consultations, and I hear particular things that's going on, and I give you a look into what I think might be going on, and then I refer you to somebody who may help you in your area. And so these four different individuals approached me at exactly the same time with the same issues. And we talked by phone, we talked on Zoom, and I basically said, look, I think you're dealing with a histrionic personality disorder and a borderline personality disorder, and here's what the characteristics are. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking about that. And I want to highlight some ways that women, because this disorder is diagnosed disproportionately in women, but primarily in women, and there's reasons for that, and I can bring that up as we go along. But let's just go ahead and jump into this topic, okay guys? You'll understand as we go along. Thank you so much for coming back to my channel. For those who are subscribed, and for those who are new, I encourage you to hit that subscribe button so you can stick around with us and be a part of our growing and validating community. The benefits for you in today's video is that I'm going to highlight what a histrionic personality disorder looks like, but I also want to give you some examples of some of the things that they tend to do. And if you aren't familiar with who I am, let me go ahead and briefly introduce myself. My name is Tamara, and I'm an internationally and board certified trauma therapist, but I'm also a licensed mental health therapist in my country, in my state as well. Go ahead and just jump into what exactly is a histrionic individual. A histrionic individual is basically somebody who is very expansive and dramatic. They don't know how to express themselves emotionally without taking it to 100. So, this individual may have certain emotions: anger, jealousy, resentment, frustration, and instead of being able to control that, they go off the wall. Like they start cursing and screaming and yelling and throwing things and knocking things off the table. Like they have to do everything in a dramatic way. That's just who they are. We also have histrionic individuals who, have to be loud and for lack of a better word, rowdy in terms of getting other people's attention. So, they need that attention. They crave that attention. That's who they are. You may have seen histrionic individuals in society and you just didn't know how to place them. You may have thought they were just being rude or they were just being loud and obnoxious, but really they could have histrionic characteristics. And so I want to point out the four things that you can look for to determine if somebody is a histrionic individual. Okay, you kind of have to be careful with this though, because you can start to look around and say, okay, you're histrionic, you're histrionic, you're histrionic, and you don't want to do that. But you want to be able to consider a series of behaviors before you do anything like that. But here's the the top four, I should call them. 1, attention seeking. Histrionic individuals love to get attention. That's who they are. They live for it. They breathe it. They crave it. They need it. Attention all the time. The second thing, is that they can sometimes be really bizarre. Like you don't know what they're talking about or why they're talking about something or why they believe something, but their ideas are bizarre. Their emotional reactions are bizarre. Everything about them is bizarre. And so you're going to notice that. And you may find yourself pause or do a double take, like, wait a minute, that is weird, but they can be very bizarre. The next thing is, of course, they're dramatic. They have to take things from 0 to 100 all the time. And it's not that they can't control it necessarily, like somebody who's angry and they go from 0 to 100. They can control it sometimes, and sometimes they can't. Either way, they act as if things are huge, right? They have these huge, expansive emotional reactions to things, and it just doesn't need to be. I had a teenager about 7 years ago when I worked in a child and adolescent hospital for mental health, and a small paper cut on her finger or her wrist led to crying and I want to kill myself and I don't want to live. She would stub her toe on something, or she would hit her toe on something, and that would turn into, I'm a failure, and I'm never going to get married and have children. I'm never going to make it out of college. I'm going to be a loser for the rest of my life. Like, she would go from 0 to extreme, and the extreme was so unnecessary, And here's the last thing. Here's the fourth thing, guys. Shallow. She was very, very shallow. It didn't take much to push her over the edge, and it also didn't take much for her to think she was the greatest thing on earth. Like, she felt like she looked good. She felt like her hair was good, and she would come into my office in the hospital there, and she would sit there and twirl her hair, guys, and, talk to me, or she'd play with her earrings all the time, or, she would sit like this all the time. She was very flirtatious and sexual, and, she just thought she was really, really cute, and she had a lot of issues with self-esteem, but she really did put out there that she's confident and sexy and very interesting to look at. And so she was shallow, she was dramatic, and she was bizarre. And so these are the characteristics that you want to look for, guys. Attention seeking, shallow, bizarre, and dramatic. If you see those, you can almost guarantee that this person is either borderline personality disorder that's untreated or poorly treated, or they are histrionic. All right. So what are some of the things that these men go through when they get into relationships with women like this, and why does it become traumatic? Well, let me start. Now, you may have an individual that you're dating or you're married to that's a female that's like this, and you may have a male that's like this. So this is for both genders. But you may have a partner who is this way, and you get into an argument, something goes wrong, or somebody doesn't meet somebody's expectations, and kaboom, you guys are fighting and arguing. Well, what's going to happen in that scenario is that histrionic person is going to come from that confrontation and move all the way over here, and they're going to do something bizarre. They may go all the way out to a place where they don't need to go. False suicides, faking their death, calling suicide hotlines, calling the police to the house, and faking a drug overdose, faking assault, physical assault. They, may sometimes put marks and bruises on themselves and go to the hospital and cry and fall out. These are the kind of individuals who will sign themselves into the hospital because they want to make the person feel guilty that they're trying to get back, right? If I just try to commit suicide and get halfway there and somebody finds me laying on the floor unconscious, I've achieved what I want to achieve. Or if I make it look like I committed suicide and later show up and say, you thought I was dead, that is something that they will do, okay? Or they will sign themselves into the hospital and then pick up the phone and say, I just wanted you to know that I tried to kill myself because of you. That's the kind of behavior that you're going to see, and it's going to be constant. It's going to be repetitive, okay? It's not something that happens once or twice and boom, it's over. It's repetitive. It's how they operate. The next thing is being loud and expansive. So these individuals will come to your job and curse you out. They'll come to your job and tell all your coworkers and your boss what you've done wrong. Or they will call up your boss and try to make you look bad, right? This is the level and the extent that they go to. They go far and beyond where they should be or go, and they make things much more extreme than it needs to be, okay? So that's the key word, dramatic or extreme. That's what you want to keep in mind. And this is not somebody that, you say, why would you do something like that? You're acting dramatic and extreme. This is how they function in life. This is a personality disorder. It's an enduring, chronic, pervasive pattern of behavior. This is who they are. This is how they act. They didn't just make a mistake, or they weren't just hurt and wanted to get you back. This is how they behave. This is who they are. The other thing that you're going to see is that they're highly influenced by other people. That person over there is getting married. Why aren't I? That person over there committed suicide, so maybe I'll go do it too. Suicide contagion. I wrote a book on that. And it's mainly for teenagers, but it still talks about suicide contagion and what happens with that, okay? And I may talk about this on this channel if you're interested in that, so let me know. But these are the individuals who may really attach to suicide, and suicide has become contagious. Somebody else did it and got attention, so I think I'm going to do it too. These are the individuals who feel that, okay, John and Joe over there bought a house and bought 2 dogs and had a baby. with their wives. So I think I'm going to do the same thing too. I'm just going to go to the club, sleep with a prostitute, and I'm going to have a happy life. And so they are very, very extreme and dramatic. Again, you got to keep that in mind. So they are highly influenced by other individuals. These are the individuals who may kill themselves because they haven't gotten married yet, or they're going to kill themselves because somebody broke up with them. And it's not because they love you. Okay, histrionic personalities will be with you for 3 weeks and they want to kill themselves because you broke up with them. And that doesn't mean that their emotions should be disregarded. It just means that they take things to the extreme. They're rather shallow. Keep that in mind. They have no identity. They are very, very complex individuals. They don't know who they are. They don't know necessarily who they want to be. They don't know who they were in their past. They're in the here and the now. They want what they want. And sometimes if they don't get it, they will kick and scream. And I mean really kick and scream. They'll sign themselves into the hospital. They'll try to commit suicide. They'll call the police and make a big scene. They will call your job and try to say bad things about you. Whatever the case, they do it. They do it because they feel that they need to. They have absolutely no identity. They don't know who they are. And last but not least, guys, they are highly self-focused and narcissistic. They really don't know how to be themselves because, again, they don't have an identity. But they are very self-focused, very narcissistic. They lack empathy sometimes, and they go to extreme extents because they feel that they need to. These particular individuals may even attempt murder if they're pushed that far, if they're rejected, or if they're caught stalking, or if they're caught doing something else. They're going to go to the extreme. These individuals are narcissistic. So things have to go their way. Even though they may have no identity, they may have low self-esteem, things must go their way. They are self-focused. And so this is the individual who's stuck in one place until they get what they want. And so histrionic individuals are very, very interesting people. They are not borderline personality individuals at all. They don't have borderline personality disorder. They don't have anger management issues. They don't have an inability to control their emotions. They have an enduring pattern that's a pervasive pattern, chronic pattern of characteristics of not being able to control their emotions, needing to get their way, not knowing who they are, being highly influenced by others, being very dramatic. This is who they are. They're never going to change. It's really hard to treat this. One thing we can treat with medication is we can treat the anger. We can sometimes treat the impulsivity and the inattention that they have, but we can't control how expansive and loud and how dramatic and entertaining, for lack of a better word, that they are. This is just who they are. And so you got to keep that in mind. And they're also shallow, so they'll go to whatever extent they need to go to get what they want. So I'm sure you know people like this. It may be a family member, it may be a loved one, maybe a wife, a girlfriend. All I can say to you, if you know somebody like this, is get out or go to counseling. That's really the only two answers I have for you, because this individual has been born this way. And there's two ways to look at this. They either genetically have this, or they have been environmentally impacted growing up and they've become this way. And sometimes it's both at the same time. It's genes and environment. So if that's the case, you're going to need counseling, or you're going to have to leave that relationship, or that whatever that relationship is, family, romantic, whatever it is. So thank you so much, guys, for being with me today and watching this video. I encourage you to give it a thumbs up if it was helpful, and go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you want to stick around and learn more about these kind of topics. We're going to continue this topic in future discussions on mental illness and personality disorders, especially around holiday time, because there's a couple ways that you can manage these people. And so I'll be talking about this in November. So stay tuned for that. Thank you, guys. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.